So just a quick video. We left off the TBS Clone had crashed and we broke all 4 of the mounts, so I've scrapped the idea of mixing the XAircraft booms with this build, so that necessitated putting these standard F450s on here, which to me makes it a whole lot less, but whatever. Anyway, I just want to see this thing fly at this point. We've put too much time and effort into this. And all we've got to show for it are broken props. It just doesn't look like the custom boom mount for the TBS Discovery is going to work. I mean, I've already gone through 3 sets now, and I'm tired of crashing this thing. So, I mean, there's a reason why the aerial mob goes for $125. I guess it's a good design. But we're going to fly it like this. I hope I wired this stuff up correctly, but if we, spin her up here very shortly, see if we wired it all correctly, calibrate it. Looks like we're missing one of the balance weights. Center of gravity is completely different on this. I got to figure out where center of gravity, center of thrust is. This looks to be, oh gosh, just if I had to guess, oh, it's about 18 3/4 inches boom to boom. From motor to motor. Sorry. Got boom on the brain. So that's significantly less. So we were at 570. That puts us at about, if I was math, 2.54 times about 18 is right around 470. I would say 470 millimeters. So we're 100 millimeter less wingspan on this, and I don't know what that's going to do to the center of gravity, thrust. We're going to try to throw, a 5200 in there, see if this balances. I have no idea what this is going to do to the balance, so I may have to put some more weights in or whatever. I don't know. It kind of balanced out really nicely before, so anyway, that's about it. And I guess we'll fly this, see how it goes. Alright, update. Looks like I'm not going to be able to fly this. And the reason was not obvious to me because of my inexperience with this, but 2 reasons. One, I've got a burnt ESC, which I discovered during some pre-flight testing, which was without the props on. So I've ordered a new one, and that's this unit here. Luckily they still make these, 28 bucks. And so yeah, that's good, but that's not the reason why I can't fly this. The reason is because of the positioning of this antenna mount. See, I like the antenna mount here, but if I throw a motor up there and we use a prop that I want to use, which is an 11-inch prop, which goes really well with these 800 kV motors, these T motors, 3800 by 800. They're going to spin a larger prop, and they will not do very well if they hit the antenna mount. So I'm looking at this, thinking to myself, well, what would it take? How low would I have to go? So got some 8-inch props here, and that would clear. But, you know, I don't think these motors are going to do too well spinning an 8-inch prop. So that's out. You know, plus, you know, if you were to go prop to prop, you know, I've tested this out by mounting a couple. The distance between the two, they actually collide slightly. So under perfect circumstances, we would have a collision right here. So I have to eliminate that and any prop wash possibilities that come with it. So I've got to replace these arms, which is why everything is cut off right now, because I've got to order the AimdroiX extended arms, which are a longer alternative. They will take this out approximately another 50 millimeters, a couple inches. I've measured. The wiring will go all the way into the I/O device and also the power, so we're good there. So I gotta get some spacers. There's some issues with, you know, the TBS frame and the AimdroiX being high enough, so there's a spacer set, and I've got to worry about some possible what kind of nuts I've got going into this as well. So I've ordered some, I had ordered some 3x8s, but the M3x8s will be too long, so I'm thinking that there's probably going to be an M3x6 because it's narrower. I don't want to go into the windings on the motor. You know, if I go in too far, I'll go right into those windings, so I have to be careful of that. I don't even want to come close, so I'm looking probably on 3x6, and I have to get some of those because I don't have that many of them. Anyway, but other than that, just waiting for parts. Nothing new. Once again, we have to postpone flying this thing, and that's why. And I guess we'll update once we have it screwed together. This is a plate for my next build. Actually, it's not going to be. I'm going to build a QAV, but this is an Armatin tilt hex that I'm going to build. And I have to say, other than a few quality control issues, this is a really, really well put together kit. And I got the upgrade key motors, and I really look forward. They sent extra arms. That's really nice. These arms are thick enough. I don't think they're going to break, but they sent one extra of each. I'm looking forward to building this kit next. So that's going to be a whirlwind. And we'll get to that build. Got the QAVs in. Getting way off track here, but picked these up for $53 from a sale at MCM, which is where I get my foam for things, all things, and they have a sale. Normally these kits go for about $200-300, and it's an authentic Lumenier kit. Everything is completely authentic, right down to the prop nuts and the props. There's an Acro Nazi 32 here, version 6, comes with pin headers and everything. So I got 2 of them, just in case. It was a quality deal. I figured I would use the second box for backup parts once I started crashing the little thing, because I don't have a lot of experience with small multi-rotors. Anyway, happy about that. And that's about it for right now. So keep you posted when we get this baby screwed together. Alright, so the new AimdroiX arms on. They're, as it turns out, only about 5 millimeters narrower, shorter than the carbon fiber booms that I had on there originally. So I think these are going to work out. As far as the original dimensions go, this thing's going to be very similar to the original, which I believe was 570. So I don't know what this turns out to be, but if I was to measure, which will be pretty much impossible here, but if I'm going to measure this, I'll be doing an edit here. We're looking at about 22, a little bit more than that, 22 and 3/8 maybe. Anyway, so yeah, gee, I'm gonna have to get the old calculator out. 22 3/8, probably around 560 millimeter wingspan. So that's going to put the center of gravity pretty much right back dead on these markings here. Center of thrust, center of gravity. Anyway, we got to screw together a bunch of stuff, but this is looking really promising, and we'll update once things get closer. That's it. Well, this is it. It's all back together now, pretty much sewn up. It's weighing in almost exactly what the old booms weighed. I'm gonna have to throw a camera on there and charging up some of the batteries right now, some of the ones I'm going to use for the FPV. So yeah, we're ready to go. And I guess I'm not going to be able to film the maiden unless I bring a tripod. Who knows, that might happen, but I doubt it. Anyway, hopefully it goes better than the last two maidens. These booms are not going to twist. There's a lot of advantages to having these, but they're probably pretty rigid. They're not going to be that forgiving. So there's some pluses and some minuses with these booms, but I think the pluses outweigh, because, you know, with the round booms, you always had to worry about these being absolutely level. You know, I'd have to stick a spirit level on the actual booms and make sure the props were absolutely level, whereas this is going to be absolutely level. So that's a plus. A little more cooling perhaps on the ESCs, that's a plus. Everything went together real well. They're almost exactly 560 millimeters. So it's a 560, which is good. These clear. So we've got, you know, it's close, but they clear. So there's plenty of room there, and you know, I'm not going to go any further than 11. I've got some 10-inch props just in case these don't work, but I got a feeling these are going to work just fine. These are 11 by 5s. Now if I have to go back down to 11 by 4.7 or 11 by 3.7, I can try those out as well. But we're going to see how this goes. This is a Graupner Style, so they're going to a little bit more dicey, a little more agility to them than the slow fly props that I had on before. But again, I think they're going to do just fine. I had to reroute the wiring on the power because coming out the bottom they weren't doing that well. So rerouted that. Other than that, everything went together real well. Real happy with this. So I think we're gonna get a good maiden out of this, and who knows, I might bring a tripod and film. Anyway, that's it for right now. We'll see how it goes.